Hey guys, this is going to be a quick meta update for 7.31D, as I know it's about a week into the patch and things have kind of settled in, and I want to give you guys a quick progress report on what I'm seeing in my games, what I personally am spamming, and what I personally believe you guys need to do for, I actually think, the best way to optimize MMR.
Banana slam jam.
I'm not going to call it free MMR because I think this patch, a lot of you are going to have to learn some new heroes if you really want to get in there on the good stonks of the heroes. So first and foremost, I want to tell you guys what I've been doing. And that's been going to Dota Buff, no sponsor here, and just going to heroes and then going to meta. And then you can see the win rate of all these heroes in each bracket. So I want to show you guys a common trend if we go to the win percentage of my bracket. Click on the win percentage. Do you guys see any commonality amongst these heroes? Spoiler alert, they all have summons. We're talking Chen is at a 50% win, 58% win rate, and Visage 57. Those are insane win rates. And if you just look at these heroes, they're all micro heroes. Now, a lot of you may be saying, BSJ, that's at the Immortal bracket. You know, that's not going to work in my Herald pubs. Well, even if you think it's not as good in the lower MMRs, we still see Chen has above 50%. Visage is actually at a 54% or more in every single bracket. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that maybe you don't pick Broodmother if you're in lower MMRs, but look at these other summons heroes, right? This is a quick guide for you guys. This patch is all about the zoo. Now, Dawnbreaker, I also want to highlight, and I'll get more about her later, but Dawnbreaker, Wyvern, Tree are like the go-to supports to deal with this stuff, and Dawnbreaker can even be flexed as a core. Notice how all the win rates here are heroes that are either summons-based, or they're going to be good against summons. Brewmaster's ult has a purge that kills summons. Wyvern's curse is very good against summons because it makes them attack the summoner, and then Treant Protector has the AoE root to control the summons. And also Naga, out of all the illusion heroes, actually bullies a lot of the summons heroes in lane. So if you notice, even Naga has one of the highest win rates in the Immortal bracket, and her win rate's actually above 50% in all the other brackets as well. So I want to tell you guys that this patch is all about the summons heroes. Pick or choose. You know, maybe if you're in the lowest bracket, don't try Lycan. But as you go up, you see these heroes get more and higher win rates. But as you guys can see, I'm going to heavily advocate for a few of these due to the consistency that they have across all brackets. I want to highlight Visage, who's got at least 54% in all brackets, Dawnbreaker, who has at least 52% in all brackets, and Juggernaut, who has at least 53% in all brackets. Look at this. Absolutely freaking bonkers. His win rate is actually the lowest as you go up. So these heroes, what that means is no matter who you are, no matter how good or bad you are at Dota, you are going to consistently be winning above 50% if you can play these heroes at a capable level. So I'm going to quickly go into like what makes these heroes so hard to deal with, or like how to build them, and make sure you guys have a good understanding of that. And I'm going to be making some hero guides. I'm probably going to be updating my Juggernaut guide. I want to make a TLDR Visage guide because that's a hero I think very few people understand. But let's get into it. I'm kind of rambling. I want to tell you guys exactly what I've been spamming. We got Jug, 5 wins in a row. We got Visage, a hero that I'm not very good at, people. First game was right here of the patch, okay? 9-1. Highlight hero of the patch. Insanely broken. Remember, 54% win rate across all patches. And I've also been spamming Dawnbreaker, where these games were from last patch, or like a long while ago, but after getting the hang of her, I've realized that she's actually super busted. I know it doesn't look as nearly as much on my game history. But Dawnbreaker, Visage, and Jug have been my absolute go-tos. And I also want to give a shout out to Alchemist, who I've won 5 out of 7 games with. So he's been doing pretty solid for me as well. Basically, I'm just going to give you a quick TLDR of how I play these heroes and what makes them so broken, and where you guys can also play them. I also don't want to forget to add Zeus as the hero that can be played as support or mid. Absolutely insanely broken as well. It's just not, I don't think, as played as well on average. And that's why his win rates aren't quite as high. Juggernaut, the build right now, is all about the Shard and Maelstrom. Really no more Battle Fury Jugs for the most part right now. You can get a Mjolnir if you're having damage issues. Like I've straight up rushed Mjolnir in some of my games. You go Maelstrom into Manta if you're dealing with silences. And then items like Swift Blink, Ags, Scotty, Basher, Lincolns if you're playing for the spin build and they have somebody like Doom on their team. But it's really all about the spin to win build, you guys. All the spin talents, I usually take the 5 all stats at level 10 just because you really do lack survivability. But for them from there on out, all the spin talents, spin to win. Juggernaut is just super stable in a meta where they nerf salves and they nerf BKB, so the healing ward in lane and the natural BKB coming out from spin is just incredibly potent right now. And now we talk about Alchemist. What makes him so strong is that he defends his tower as a carry with Acid Spray, and he also has his own built-in regen at level 6 from his ultimate, and it just feels like his timings are smooth. A lot of people are going for a point and stun somewhere between level 2 to 4, depending on what kind of lane you're in, at the latest level 4. But I like to take Acid Spray level 1, Grievel's Greed level 2, and usually stun at level 3 or 4. And the whole idea of this hero is you go Treads, Soul Ring, Radiance, Blink, BKB, AC, Heart, Strength Blink, and you're just a freaking god. And the Heart can be something like an Abyssal if you need Lockdown, or like a Bloodthorn. But yeah, the hero, it just feels reliable to hit his timings, and he's quite a menace when he hits them. So it feels like Radiance is just better than Battle Fury. You couple it with the Soul Ring, you have all the regen that you need. The ulti duration getting buffed is definitely noticeable in him. We're talking about Dawnbreaker. I firmly believe this hero can be played at literally every single role. Max out the hammer as your first skill to max. If you're a core, you're more so leaning towards your passive. And if you're a support, you're more so leaning towards maxing out the Starbreaker. For talents, you take the plus 25 damage, the Luminosity crit if you're a core, the Solar Guardian if you're a support, the Solar Guardian if you're a support for level 20, and same for core if you're level 20, the Luminosity, and Starbreaker charges at level 25. Absolutely insane. This hero's shard is fantastic. If you're a support, you usually play for like the Holy Locket or like the Vlad's Ags build, that you're more so like a Spectre that saves her teammates. You're a support that gets to play the dead lane, defend your towers, and then show up to fights anyways. You're literally a support Spectre. If you're a core, we're seeing Shard, we're seeing Blinks, we're seeing Desos, Echo Sabers. You're literally murking people with the new damage on your crit, as well as synergizing it with just the Shard giving you magic immunity, which I think is a large part of what she makes her good too, is that she has a built-in magic immunity with the Shard. What this hero does is that she bullies people. And in the previous patch, that just wasn't nearly as good, especially in the side lanes, because the core would just get salved up. But now you're all down to brawl and bring those carries or mids or anybody you're laning against to low HP, and you've got some decent sustain coming out from your Luminosity yourself. So she's got really good base stats, really strong laning. She can be played literally anywhere. It just changes what build you're going to go for. In my highlight of the patch, I've said it numerous times already, Visage. Okay, guys, I think this hero is best played in the off lane. I think he can be played support or mid, even one if you're really feeling it, but I wouldn't recommend it. But as the off laner, you just go for the Vlads, you go for the drums. From there, you upgrade the Vlads, or you go for Solar Crest. And then once you've run out of drums charges, you upgrade those drums to the Boots of Endurance. And this hero, I shit you not, you have multiple skill builds. That's the big thing you have to know in lane. You want Grave Chill maxed out by level 8. Your Soul Assumption is in lanes where they're trying to kill you, while your Grave Chill is in lanes where you're trying to outtrade them. So really just think, are they trying to kill me? I'm going to look to go for the Soul Assumption because it's just an insane amount of damage. And I'm going to build like Wand in order to maintain that mana. Oftentimes people go 1-0 Talisman just for the extra mana. But yeah, this hero's absolutely bonkers. The level 15 talent is what makes him insane. The armor corruption, guys, absolutely insane. 4.5 armor corruption on towers, Roche, heroes, everything. It's honestly absolutely bonkers. This hero shits out damage. And if you're worried about getting bursted in the mid to late game, he has a shard that gives him 4 seconds of immunity, people. 4 seconds of immunity, and it's only a cooldown of 60. It's not that bad, and you can use it in pretty much every one of your team fights, and you also restore health. Why not? But yeah, this is my #1 featured hero of the patch, 100%. And then all the heroes that are good against summons or deal with summons, like Bristleback, as well as the Wyverns, are my like shout outs. Bristleback's actually getting played carry a lot at my bracket, so if you're having issues with summons-based offlaners, Bristleback's your man, because he builds the Vanguard, and he just turns his back, and these heroes like the summons just die. And yeah, that's my meta update for now. I'll keep you guys posted on any heroes I'm spamming for MMR, but Jug's looking hot, Vich is looking hot, Dawnbreaker looking thick, and Alchemist also looking good. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll keep you guys posted as I find out new strats.